Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. We'll be right back to the show. But before we do, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, factormeals.com, where if you go to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50, you can get 50% off your first order. That's factormeals.com/unbroken50. If you're like me and you are a person who is busy trying to create a life, heal, work on their health, wealth, and relationships, and not to mention deal with the day-to-days of normal life, you do not have time to be going to the grocery store and trying to figure out what you're going to cook every single day of the week. In fact, one time I did the math and I realized I was spending over 15 hours a week at the grocery store and cooking. When I added Factor, I got to use that time for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my community, and for my business. And so if you're in the place where you need some more support in the kitchen, head to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50 to get 50% off. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.
Gloria Zhang, I'm super excited for Unbroken Con. We are not that far away, December 13th. Folks, if you have not registered, go to unbrokencon.com to sign up. It's absolutely free to watch live, and you can get VIP recordings to keep for life. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Gloria, my friend, how are you? What is happening in your world today?
Hey man, I'm so stoked. Like everyone is signed up for Unbroken Con and it's gonna be like the biggest thing by the end of this year. And I'm just so excited.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. You know what's amazing is I was looking at the analytics today. We already have 1,000 people registered in over 35
Wow.
countries. That means we're doing this thing that we always talk about. We're working on ending generational trauma. We're empowering survivors and we're giving them the tools to ultimately transform their trauma into triumph. You're one of the speakers at Unbroken Con. I'm very excited for you and what you're going to be talking about. But I want to start off with this quote that we put on the website from you. It says, in a world of wounded children walking around in adult bodies, we have the opportunity to say, this ends with me. Gloria, like, what does that mean to you? And why is that so important?
That's actually one of the first quotes I ever heard about inner child work. And as soon as I heard that, everything just made sense. You know, do you guys remember back when you were in school and the students around you all had normal families and they had like normal Thanksgivings and normal Christmases? And I used to daydream about what it used to feel like to just have like a normal childhood growing up. And I think, especially a lot of your audience, we never really had that experience. Right. And so, what I mean by that quote is when we didn't get that childhood that we really deserved, that stays with us like in our 20s and 30s or 40s. And we literally become these wounded adults, right? Walking around with this inner child still inside. And to me, this just perfectly explains what inner child work is all about because those dreams, they never really go away. And the great news is by learning about this inner child work, you can give yourself the experience and the opportunity to live out the things that you've always wanted to when you were a kid, especially if those opportunities were taken away from you because of trauma.
We'll be right back to today's show, but first I need to ask you a question. Are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling like you don't have the support to go to the next level in your healing journey? Are you feeling like you wish you had a little bit more support from not only myself, but the Unbroken Nation? Well, my friend, I want to invite you to come and join our live weekly coaching sessions in Think Unbroken. All you have to do is go to Keys, Keys, keys.thinkunbroken.com to sign up and join us today with 100% money back, no questions asked, guaranteed, and no contract or commitment. Every week for the next year, you can come and be a part of our live coaching sessions each Monday as we dive deep into not only answering your questions, but questions from the Unbroken Nation and help you take all of the information that you learn in the podcast, in the courses, and other areas of this journey, bring them into your life and use it in a way that is practical, life-changing, and transformative. So my friend, join us at keys.thinkunbroken.com, and we will see you this Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things that struck me most about this, and this is the way that I think about this, right? I've had so many people reach out to me like, what, why are you doing such a big conference? Why is it free? How did you get all these incredible speakers? And I'm like, because this ends with me, right? And I think we all have a individual and societal responsibility to
Mm.
be like, yo, let's end this. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to break this cycle. We are going to be the people that change this forever. And I think one of the things people get stuck on so often, Gloria, is they're like, it's not for me. I'm not going to
Mhm.
be the one. It's for somebody else. But when we go to Unbroken Con, you're going to be talking about unlocking the superpowers of that lost inner
Yeah.
child. And I think that's so incredibly important. And guys, if you have not registered, you need to go right now to unbrokencon.com to sign up. You get a watch for free wherever you are in the world. And trust me when I say you're going to want to get VIP because the things that Gloria is going to break down are things that you're going to need to learn more than once. Like you're going to need your notebook, you're going to need to watch this multiple times. And when you get the VIP access, you'll get the recordings for life. Again, you don't have to. We made this free for a purpose. But if you're like me, I don't know about you, Gloria, but whenever I watch anything the
Mhm.
first time, I'm like, I did not understand
Yeah.
anything they just said. And so I'm wondering, talk to us about what, not the how. Obviously, we'll get into the how during Unbroken Con, but what does it mean to unlock those superpowers? Like, what is that?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And first of all, if you're the kind of person thinking that you can't be the one to break this generational cycle, if not you, then who? Like
Preach.
right? Like who's going to be the one to do it, right? If the thought is in your head, it means it's meant for you. And that's, I think, where the superpowers part really comes into play. And I really believe that all of us have a superpower that we haven't quite uncovered yet inside our inner child. So when you think back to what the inner child is, right, it's basically the essence of you. It's the part of you that has always existed before the trauma, before the conditioning from society, like before the rules and the regulations and the conditioning and the beliefs. That's still inside you somehow. And if you think about the times in your life when you have felt the most free, for some people, it's after a drink of wine, right? Then they let lip. For other people, it's when they go to a party or when they're in meditation or when they're in a creative flow. You literally tap into that superpower, that inner child during these moments of flow. And when you can uncover the bits and pieces of who you actually are, right, before and without all the stuff that happened to you, that can literally power all of your creativity. That can power your passion. And that can be a driving force in your life. And you may not even realize yet. And it just excites me so much to talk about because for me, I knew that on some level deep down, there was like a little girl that was so creative and so smart and just like loved to take on new challenges. And she was so artistic, but all of that was buried by layers and layers of trauma and people telling me that I shouldn't act this way or I shouldn't speak up too much or I should be quieter or I should be obedient, right? That literally like destroyed my superpower, at least I thought, before I was able to work through those layers and really connect with the little girl that I still am, 31, 32 years later. And I truly believe that when you do the inner child work, you can feel more like a kid now, whether it's in your 40s or 50s than you actually did when you were a kid. And by unlocking those parts of you, you can become a full human being.
Yeah.
That was a
And
lot.
no, but no, and I mean, you know what? And that's like the high level of it, right? And you're gonna go in, you're gonna break that down into detail for us during the conference. And I think about my own journey. And I wrote a second book called The 8 Steps to Healing Your Inner Child, because
Mhm.
that's such a big part of this, right? And it's figuring out how to label that inner child, how to show compassion and grace and what it means to actually live in that. And most people feel like they don't have the space or the ability to become that. And I can't help but think it's only because you haven't been given the tools yet. You haven't been exposed to possibilities. I think about so much of my journey and what has played true for me. And it's like every single time I'm exposed to something, I go, oh, wait a second. Shit, maybe I can do that too. And that's really where Unbroken Con came from, because I was looking at it, I was like studying my friends who were doing this and the conferences I was going to and the people I was learning from. I was like, "Oh, this is modeling. That's all this
Yeah.
is. I just need somebody to show me how to do this." And that's so much about what we're gonna be doing, and I know what you're gonna be teaching us during Unbroken Con. And so I'm curious, what role has seeing other people do the thing that you're trying to do, like, what role has that played in your life?
Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? We'll be right back to today's episode, but I want to take a moment and invite you to Think Unbroken Conference. That's right. Our next conference is happening right around the corner this December with amazing speakers from around the world who are leaders in personal development, trauma education, mindset, and more. All you have to do to register to watch for free, that's right, $0. Come and join us, is go to myunbrokenlife.com, register and sign up. You can get access to the free event. Watch it live with us this December. It'll be myself speaking along with amazing human beings like Anthony Trucks, Jamie Bronstein, Leslie Logan, and a special interview that I'm doing with Dr. Gabor Mate that has never before been released. So come and join us, myunbrokenlife.com. All you have to do is put in your email. We'll send you over the registration. You'll be able to come and join us, watch live. And then if you want access to the recordings, there's more information there for you to keep them forever. But in the meantime, go sign up, block it off on your calendar. This is going to be a transformational experience that you do not want to miss. Head over to myunbrokenlife.com to register for free. Until next time, be unbroken.
Such a great question. And by the way, that's an excellent book. All of Michael's books are so raw
Thank
and
you.
so real. So you should go check those out. But yeah, I mean, I have literally seen inner child work transform people, and it's been described to me as almost that last missing piece, right?
Mhm.
There's so many tools that kind of help us cope and kind of get through the day and sort of that surface level trauma work. But I feel like inner child work sometimes comes last because it's so very deep, because it's almost like we're working backwards, right? Going back in time to, 2-year-old little me or 5-year-old little me, or sometimes, 6-month-year-old little me. And it's absolutely transformational because it gives you a sense of what your authentic self really is, right? Or at least an idea of what could have been, without the things that happened to you, and realizing that it's not too late, that the same dreams and desires that you would have had as a little kid without the trauma can still exist today. I'll just share a little personal story. Like I actually just got a book deal this year. I don't know if
Congratulations.
I told you about it.
Did
And
not. That's
yeah,
amazing.
and that has been a dream of mine since I was a little girl, and not in the forefront of my mind because I was so, I was preoccupied with all the family stuff that was happening at the time. But in the back of my head, I would escape into fantasy novels. Like that was my safe place. I had no one to talk to. I didn't have, cable TV. The only place I could escape into and find any sort of salvation was into books. And in the back of my mind, I've always wanted to write a book. But if I hadn't gone into, this little girl side of me, I would have forgotten about that dream, honestly. And like I would have missed out on a huge part of who I am now. Right. And it was really only looking backwards that I was able to figure that out. And that's one of the things I'm going to be sharing at the conference because I know there's a lot of teachers that sort of teach how to become your full potential. But if you're someone who has experienced trauma, the way that we identify with our personalities and our strength is so different, right? From someone who might have had a fairly, regular life. And so during my part at the conference, I am going to be sharing some very practical tools for all the attendees on how they can connect with their inner child. But not only that, to figure out what those, hidden superpowers are, those pieces of you that have been long forgotten through all the years of adulthood. And yeah, that's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, I cannot wait to dive in. And, for me, even though it's my conference, you better believe I'm going to be sitting there with my notebook learning because so much of this for me is about education. And, honestly, it's a little selfish because like I'm going to pick all my favorite people in the world who I want to learn from to come into this conference because not only do I trust and believe in what you do, but it's like, man, you guys know stuff that I don't know. We're covering relationships and money trauma and dating and inner child and tools, and I'm going to go into the steps of being unbroken. We're going to talk about all these incredible things. And I'll tell you what, Unbroken Con is going to be one of the greatest events ever. I literally believe that because
Mhm.
I'm like, we're
Totally.
pushing ourselves to new levels to try to bring as much value as we can to people. So if you have not registered, my friends, please go check it out for free. Just go to unbrokencon.com. That's unbrokencon.com. Our amazing friend Gloria Zhang will be there. And until then, my friends, be unbroken. We'll see you there.
Bye.
Hey, Unbroken Nation, we'll be right back to the show, but I wanted to let you know that you can grab a copy of my first book, Think Unbroken, Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma, for free. If you go to book.thinkunbroken.com, you can download the PDF ebook version of the book and get everything that I know about the baseline of healing trauma for free, downloaded to your email right now. Just go to book.thinkunbroken.com to download your copy of Think Unbroken, Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma for a PDF for your phone. Again, that is book.thinkunbroken.com. Thank you so much for listening to Think Unbroken. Please share this episode with someone who could use it and help us move forward in our mission of ending generational trauma in our lifetime. And if you would, please take 5 seconds to pop on iTunes or Spotify, hit that 5-star, leave a review, and you can also reach out to us on social at Michael Unbroken or at Think Unbroken. And of course, you can check out our YouTube channel at Think Unbroken. Thank you for being a part of Unbroken Nation, my friends, and until next time, be unbroken. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of live coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.